Hello everyone, and welcome to another Hangout stream. What is wrong with my camera? Jesus Christ. Give me 1 minute. Alright, there we go. Yeah. So, again, welcome to another Hangout stream. I figured we would do something a bit different tonight. I'm gonna do the forbidden thing, and I'm gonna use AI to make things. If you don't like it, don't watch. Okay, so I'm gonna start with, I'm working on another video, and I have the visuals and the usually use a producer. Here, this website. Anyway. Hopefully it doesn't keep doing that. I usually use producer here, producer AI, to make the music. And I have the visuals pulled up here. These are some of the visuals I'm working with for my next video. Like, just ignore the music. If it'll play. Yeah, see, like this type of thing. and this. This. It's like sort of Lovecraftian themed. Like otherworldly stuff and otherworldly monsters and just strange things. And oh, this one's really cool. Yeah, see? Like some sort of strange smoke monster. Then this is just like visual flavor right here. And this is just like, she got like a face on her face. I don't know where these things come from. Why is that so? Why does that look like it's playing on YouTube? These images just pop into my head and I'm like, wonder if I can make this. What? Hold on. Can I look at the video info for this? Because this is not... Yeah, that's too small. I'm going to have to upscale that. Yeah, then there's this guy. He's got, like, hands. Small hands on him. Then he's got, like, these skeletal hands. And he's got, like, spider webs and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know how I think this shit up. And there's this ghost in this disheveled graveyard, and there's fire. She just like climbs the wall. This is kind of like Bloodborne inspired, even though I've never really played Bloodborne, but you know, I've watched it play. I've watched it being played. I played a little bit of it. And there's this guy, mossy skeleton zombie, like. A movie? What movie inspired this? What was it? Oh my god, there's a movie that inspired this one. I was like, I better stop doing that. That's so annoying. trouble all night with this shit. What movie is it? I don't remember what movie it is. It's got some weird looking. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think it's the Shao Kahn animality. Holy shit, that looks like ass. Hold on, let me try that again. Okay, I don't know how come that one looks like that. It won't look like that in the video, though. There's this guy, like this little demon man coming out of the floor, pool of blood. Oh yeah, that's cool. I love how shitty quality that is. It's beautiful. What is with this? 1504 by 832. It should look better than that. Hold on. See if that helps. There we go. Oh, there's no sound. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Yeah, there's like this little demon man coming out of the water, pool of blood thing. There's like these witches dancing out of the fog, and then they disappear back into the fog. And there's like a weird tree. I'm just like, that sounds cool. Let's try to make that. Anyway. So. Oh, the music. I'm thinking like something dark and industrial, but like slow, maybe? Let's see. Dark. Slow. Heavy. Industrial. Industrial. Oh god. Shut up. Industrial song about unspeakable love. Lovecraftian. No, that's spelled right. Horrors. Let's see what it gives me. If I don't like it, I can always tweak it, you know. Can always tweak. That's the beauty of it. Sometimes it just messes up and doesn't get it at all. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Beneath Dead Stars. How come I'm not getting any audio? Oh, wait. Okay. Ooh.
Geometry breaks the mind. Stone gods wait below. Cyclopean thrones of bone. Make moves that should not be. Mathematics insanity. The old ones never slept. Just waited in the deep and dead storm. Beneath dead stars. Nothing survives. Beneath dead stars. Prayers turn to bile. Scripture melts away. No salvation waits. Only the crawling chaos. Names that rupture tongues. Symbols carved in flesh. Your God was always blind to what sleeps outside time.
Damn. Oh, hey, what's up, Cody? Okay, that was pretty good. I'm gonna try to I don't know if that's long enough though for the video. I got all the visuals and stuff I'm working with here. Here are just some examples. Just ignore the audio because it's not gonna, like this guy and this thing. And this thing here. This dude. Like, boom, break a bone. This thing is neat. I think that'll work, that song. But I just have to make it longer. This I need to upscale. This is not the correct resolution for this one. This guy, like a spider, weird looking guy. There's a bunch of hands and shit. The ghost lady, giant ghost lady. This was inspired by Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The, what's his name, Shao Kahn's, I think it's Shao Kahn's animality form. I think it's Shao Kahn. I don't remember. I don't know, like I was saying earlier, I just get like these ideas in my head and I'm like, I'm gonna make this. This little demon man crawling out of the thing here. A water, like blood type thing. Witch ladies in the fog. In a form. There's a giant alien monster. Anyway. I wonder how long the videos. Let's see. 6 times 45. Hey, look, it's the thumbnail. I don't know what that would be. There's a calculator on here, right? Yeah. 6 times 4, 5 equals 270. That doesn't help me. What's that in like minutes and seconds? Let's see. 270. 30 seconds. 270 seconds equals. What does that mean? Time. Yeah. What does that mean? 270 seconds in minutes and seconds. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you. Jesus Christ. So I need that song to be like another minute long. Okay. I can do that. Go to remix. Extend. Over here. Let's do right there. Hopefully that doesn't mess the song up, because sometimes it'll just like completely mess everything up, which sucks. Like the other song I was working on just was not. A lot of the stuff I work on here never even makes it out of this app, because it's just like, I don't like it. I end up not liking it. Now, let's see.
Dead Dead stars.
Oh, I like that thumbnail. That's weird too. Come on, keep going. I don't like that. You do not like that. Let's try that again. Let's try that.
Kneel before the dead stars. Dead stars.
That's much better. I like that. I don't know if I care for that early fade out though. I don't like how early that starts fading out. I'm gonna try to fix that. Oh, go back. It's not what I want. Yeah, but the ending, I don't like the ending. I'm picky. Let's see. Where'd the one go I just made? Oh, this is the other one. Oh no. Did it? What happened? It should be on here. No, go away. Add ritualistic whispers. Ooh. Where's the extended version of the extended version? Yeah, screw it here. Replace. No, not that much. Yeah. Place that. Generate. Did that work?
Dead stars.
Oops.
Dead stars.
There we go. But here, let's go and go here. Here? Let's see. Yeah, about 420. I don't like that. Let's try there. Let's try replacing that. Go back. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to play it. Okay. Come on. Hmm. Let's see. Please. Fade. Abrupt of it. And 30. Let's see if that works.
Your dust in stars.
Yeah, not really. Hmm. What's this one? No, didn't work though. How's that for a cold ending? Still starts fading around 421. That's not bad. Hello? Just heard a cat. That was interesting. I'll work on this more later. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, some of the stuff that I make, I just make for fun. And this is called Swamp Iron. And this is like, I don't know if you know what Zydeco is. But Zydeco is like a type of music from New Orleans. It's got like accordions and washboards and different things in it. And I was like, I wonder if I can make a metal song. Sort of a metal song out of that. But yeah, this is what I made. It's actually not bad.
Got a bushel stacked in the bureau. Mama says I'm losing my mind. Accordion screams through the fuzz box. I can leave either one behind. Swamp iron.
There we go.
Running through my blood tonight. Blood tonight. Red hair played the old two-step. I played it through a wall of sound. Washboard rattles with the double kick. Something holy in this ground. Swamp iron, swamp iron, running through my blood tonight. They say pick a side, boy. Can't serve two masters at once. But the Bayou taught me rhythm, and the riff is what I want. Volume cranked to 10, while the crawfish boil outside.
Hey, what's up, Kev? This is Zydeco metal. Listen to the violin. Pretty sweet.
Swamp iron, swamp iron, running through my blood tonight. Swamp iron, swamp iron. This is who I am inside.
But, oh, this is the other. I don't like this version. Version kind of sucks. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, the Art the Clown song. I made this just for fun. Zydeco's cool. I wasn't planning on using this for anything. I was just like, I just want to make a song about Art the Clown.
Black and white, pain across his face, no sound escapes his twisted grin. The hacksaw drags across the floor, he feeds on panic, feeds on sin. Beneath the tent where screams echo out, the jester stalks his bleeding prey. No mercy lives behind those eyes, just razors dancing through decay. You cannot kill what will not die. He rises up again. The silent blade, carving terror through the flesh, dancing in the pool of red. No words, just death. The cloud that cannot rest. Last counting knows his wanted lock, but he's torn like canvas with the bag of tools, the rusted blades. Another victim's throat is split. You cannot burn what crawls back. Oh, he rises up again. The solid blade, carving terror through the flesh, dancing in the pool of red. No words, just death. The cloud that cannot rest. Supernatural force in grease, a mortal demon dressed in rat. Circus never closes down. He waits and drags another cord. So the silent blade, coming down through the flesh, dancing in the pool of red. No words, just death. A cloud that cannot rest. Will not rise. The silent blade, only death remains.
That's pretty sick. Is this the weird version I made? Oh yeah, this is the weird version I made. Oh no, it's not. That's the one I didn't like.
No mercy lives behind.
Yeah, the vocals sound really shitty on that version. Well, let's see. I'm gonna play. Hold on, where's it at? Is this my song? No, this is my new version of Killer Clowns. Where's it at? Is it in this one? Yeah. So sometimes I make up songs while I'm doing chores. And I make up the words and I'm just like, huh, I think I'm going to try to put that to music. So this is one of them. It's a really stupid song, just so you know. Oh, not that. Play this. There we go. Amazing.
Smacking dicks, slapping ass. How long can you fucking last? Kick them balls, punch that taint. Painful, gonna make it ache.
Yeah.
This is a stupid fucking song, yeah. No idea where this is gone, yeah. Made it all up for fun, yeah. But I think it's kind of boring. Kicking shit, sniffing tits. I think I'm gonna quit. Put a dick in your ear. Okay, I'm out of
I made this up while I
here.
was doing dishes.
This is a stupid fucking song, yeah. No idea where this is going. Made it all up for fun, yeah. But I think it's kind of boring. This is a stupid fucking song, yeah. No idea where this is going. Played it all up for fun, yeah. But I think it's kind of slowing.
Let me see. Oh, then I accidentally just sent it. Where's it at? I had all the lyrics written out, and I accidentally just sent it smack dicks, right? And then, and then it made a song out of that. Where's that at? Where's that at? Hold on. I don't think it's on here. Yeah, this is it right here. Hold on, it's still loading. I sent it just smack dicks because I didn't like. See? I was like, sorry, I wasn't done with the lyrics. Oh. Where is it? Oh, is it gone? Oh, it must be gone. Oh, well. But yeah. What else do we have on here? I don't know. Did I ever finish that song? A Freddie Power Metal song? No, I didn't. I got so frustrated. It just wasn't working. I told it to put chorus on just, like, the one word in the song, but it put the chorus effect on the whole song. Anyway. What was the first good version of this? Let's see. No, that wasn't it. This one? No, not that one. I think this was it. Yeah. I don't know who that is. That's Eddie Bruder. What was that? I know you've heard the song Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I was going for a thing like that, where when the singer says never sleeps, it sort of echoes like Leatherface, the word Leatherface in that song, but it wouldn't do it. Let me try something with this. Let's Tried so hard to make that song work. Let's see. Get rid of the chorus and make a metalcore version. Yeah, sometimes it's really frustrating in what it will and won't do. That's an eagle. I don't like this part. I don't like that part. Shut up. Jesus. I don't like the clean vocals. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, thank you. That does not sound good at all. Huh, let's see. No, not try to. Make it more rhythmic. Yes, please tighten up the groove, because that was just sort of like shitty chaos. Ooh. Oh, that's neat. What did I tell you? You bitch. Bitch ass computer. Told you I didn't want that stupid singing in there. I don't like that. Plus, why did it auto-tune it? Why did it auto-tune those vocals? That's weird. God, it does such strange things sometimes. All right. Cyborg stuff. What was that? I like that guitar. Actually, that's not bad. I didn't like that weird auto-tuning it was doing to the clean vocals. That was really dumb. Did I get shut down? Hello? What just happened? Where am I? Can you hear me? What is happening? Hello? Anyone there? What just happened? Hello? Whoa, whoa, whoa. My shit just went black. That was weird. I have no idea what happened. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of like that version. Let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah, Poltergeist games. I don't know what any of this stuff is. What is this? Gothic cover transformation. Night skies. What the hell is this? Like my... Oh, this is neat. Don't remember making that. Yeah, like I said, 90 to 95% of the stuff I just make for fun. Okay. YouTube time. Time for YouTube. Pro wrestling pizza delivery. Alright. Oh yeah, playlists are over here. That was very strange. Ah! Oh yeah, 6 unsettling Reddit posts. This is what is it? Debunk file. I like this channel a lot. Shoikyo no, Shoikyo? Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
About 4 months ago, a post was made on the r/creepy subreddit. Found a bunch of these in the woods. What am I looking at?
Oh yeah,
the
this
OP
guy.
said after finding one of these, he kept searching and found around 6 of these little pieces of paper with random ramblings on them just tied up in the middle of the woods.
Is this
The OP did have a picture of the note, and it's exactly what they said. Very cryptic or nonsensical ramblings on
the one
the
we've seen before?
Pretty much every problem is to note how the most likely conclusion.
Hold on. I think we've seen this before.
The strangest thing.
Yeah.
Los Angeles post
Help
comes from
messages.
r/interesting as fuck.
Okay.
The post shows a Google Maps view of Los Angeles, California, and the strange help messages constructed on the ground.
Whoa.
There's tons of these help messages strewn around made out of what looks like wood. These messages showed up on Google Maps pretty recently within the last month. Google Maps is not live, so it's unclear as to how long these have been here. Help isn't the only thing spelled out in this area either. If you look closely, you can see the words Tráfico, Terrorismo, FBI, Federal, and LAPD. Tráfico and Terrorismo translate into traffic and terrorism, and these next to massive help signs have led people across the internet to panic and start theorizing on what all of this could mean. The first theory people sprang to was human trafficking. The area is pretty barren, and it looks like there's massive containers, which is not uncommon in human trafficking practices. A lot of people have also pointed out this massive hole in the ground that could allude to some sinister subterranean goings-on. With the help signs and the word traffic being accompanied with it as well, pleas for authorities to help have been taken, and the internet as a whole has been extremely concerned for the well-being of the person or people creating these messages. Luckily, I was able to find an article about this strange scenario. A guy named LA Guy on X interviewed some of the homeless population around the area, and a few of the folks mentioned a man named Jose who has been writing these messages for years.
I was filming because everybody wants to know why there's the help sign. You see all those helps?
Oh, this one guy, he puts that.
Is that guy's name Jose?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they told me too.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, he puts it. That's supposedly human trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking. That's what everybody's saying online, is that they're worried about it. Is it that, or is it like a prank? I guess
we don't know. I mean, he just always, for some reason, it's been years that he's been doing that.
He's been on.
He may have mental problems.
But we, really, I don't know.
It's possible.
He just always writes that down. For what reason, I do not know.
No.
As of writing this, Jose has not been questioned or found from what I could find. Another article I found was able to get into contact with local authorities. The property is private property owned by the Union Pacific Police Department. They said that these messages have been here for a year and that nothing of note was actually happening. It was just a man who trespassed and left these messages here.
Yeah.
FaZe Clan, of all people, actually went to the
Jesus.
site and live streamed the entire thing.
Yo, look, there's a giant one with pipes. Look, wait.
It says fucking pipes. The big black pipes.
Is FaZe Rug there?
FaZe was approached by a truck that told them to get out, and they were chased away by guard dogs.
FaZe Rug? That's his name.
You say come here? Yo. I ain't gonna lie, you got that gang. Get out? Say get out? Say to get out. Alright. Get out. Bro, look at him back up.
Joe, you recorded and I coming out. Oh, would there just be a Grand Cherokee?
I don't know. This is a fucking tour. Dogs.
What?
I couldn't even begin to assume what's going on here. The evidence seems pretty easy to follow. A man by the name of Jose has been making these for a long time. As for what his reasoning is, I guess we might never know. It absolutely is possible that something a lot more nefarious is going on, but that gets into major conspiracy waters with the police being involved in something horrific like this. I saw a lot of theories on that original Reddit post that are worth mentioning, but are probably not our answer. One theory being it's a filming location for a movie or TV show, but with everything I've learned, I don't think that's the case. Another theory is basically the homeless population has been putting them in as some sort of statement of how one of the richest cities in the richest country in the world is letting their people rot and die in the streets like this.
Maybe.
I think this is fairly likely what's going on here, but who knows? There could be something that goes even deeper than we think.
Nancy Thomas's search.
For our next post, we have somebody that wants to figure out the story behind this image. My name is Nancy Thomas. I'm 96 years old and I'm looking for my son. Name, Donald Lee Thomas. Birth date, November 18th, 1954. Born, Crawfordsville, Indiana. Last known location, Atlanta, Georgia area. He was not given up for adoption. Please help me find my son. It has been over 10 years and I would love nothing more than to hear from him. I'm aging and my health is not the best. Please help me in my long search for Donald Lee. I love you, Donnie Lee Thomas. Mom. The image itself is really disheartening. An older woman declining in health, begging to see her estranged son after all of these years. From what I can see, the image originated on Facebook around 2013 and a widespread hunt began for Donald Lee. Luckily, I was able to find this Twitter post from around the same time. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to share, comment, pray, leave words of encouragement. It means the world to my family. Today, my mother got a call from a mystery man. That man found Uncle Donnie.
Whoa.
My grandmother and mother spoke to him today. Again, thank you all. If it was not for you all, this would have not happened. I know a lot of you made phone calls, done searches all on your own time. Just know your help made a mother and grandmother very happy as she was able to speak to her son today. Thank you all for everything. The Twitter post was from mid-2013, so if the timeline lines up, the hunt for Donald Lee was a swift one. This is really the only follow-up I could find. It's been over 10 years since this hunt began, and I wanted to see if I can find any further information on Nancy Thomas. After some digging, I found her find-a-grave. Nancy Johnson Thomas lived until 2018 at the age of 101.
Wow.
It's so beautiful that she was able to reunite with her long-lost son before she passed.
Yeah.
This is such a classic example of how powerful the internet can be as a force for good, and stories like these always manage to warm my heart.
So what was disturbing about that? The mystery blanket.
Next up is such a strange case, the mystery blanket.
What the hell?
A Reddit user posted this strange blanket with a pattern that makes absolutely no sense. It
Peanut
supposedly
butter.
tells some kind of story or is supposed to be some sort of teaching tool, but the entire internet and myself are
Bread,
dumbfounded
phone,
at what
water?
kind of story would need to involve a phone, bread, and water. The panel that seems to trip everyone up is the one where water is poured onto the bread, or the one where it looks like two pieces of bacon are speaking on the phone.
It's not two pieces of bacon, that's the two halves of the sandwich.
Spaces of preschool. And this blanket looks like something 2-year-olds in a different dimension would use to learn about who knows what. My first instinct was just to reverse image search it to find some discourse on this oddity outside of this single Reddit thread, but it yielded no results.
A blanket
In the
rules.
comments section for the Reddit post, the OP provided some more details. This blanket was found in a secondhand
messing
shop
up?
in Vacaville, California a few years ago and posted
It's
on a
Vacaville?
Facebook page I'm part of dedicated to weird thrift store items. I am not the person who posted it, but have been intrigued since. The person who took this photo doesn't possess it. She was creeped out by it and just took this picture. Observations. It is probably a glass of water, not jelly. It's blue. Jelly
That's
doesn't
weird.
pour out like that. Tears? The bacon is the sandwich, but sideways, as you can tell by the same color as the crust of the bread. If it was bacon, it would be red like the lid. There is an X or minus or
Bacon.
plus where the sandwich touches all three items: gate, mail, and phone, envelope, microwave, oven,
Oh, yeah.
bed, or something else. Gate, fence, or waffle fry. From the top, I would say it's a gate. Also, there's a handle. Quilt Inception. The phone has the same number of buttons as squares on the blanket. Some theories from Facebook users. A story started with blue-red from left to right, then brown. Still no actual meaning. Everything started with P. Something to do with jail. What are your theories? I'm really at a loss here. This mystery is so normal yet so weird at the same time.
Yeah.
Branching off of my joke of
I think it's just a
interdimensional
blanket.
for 2-year-olds, a lot of people share that same theory, just without the dimension hopping part. That this blanket is used for teaching something. It's possible it's used for teaching about stages of matter, maybe bread is the solid, water is the liquid, and there's nothing that represents gas. I've seen some comments theorize it's just a needlework sampler to represent what people can do with needlework on quilts like this, but only God knows why they chose these to show off needlework skills.
What about
Here's my guess. It's a
the
message.
gate
We
representing
should stick
gas
together
because
like
it
peanut
starts with
butter
a
and
G?
jelly. Here's how. Through phone, mail, or visiting. Fence. Some squares are components of the PB&J. Some are the forms of communication. And the rest are the communication and PB&J combined. Like we just showed, everyone in this Reddit thread has their own crackpot theories as to what this could be symbolizing, and there seems to be a common
it's like,
sentiment where the longer you look
send
at it,
peanut butter and
the
jelly
more it
sandwiches
makes
to your
sense
friends?
until one detail completely breaks it all apart again. This is a total debunk file nightmare, trying to figure out a pattern that just isn't there, and with nothing but Reddit theories, we are sort of backed into a corner here. Hope someone can come forward one day as to what this is so I can sleep easy and stop worrying about a cryptic quilt.
Sandwiches are good. That's what it says. Oh no. McDonald's freezer.
Our next post comes from
No good
of all
can come of
places, the McDonald's employees subreddit. USA. I almost died in the freezer. I was on Fryer and we had run out of McCrispies and I went into the back to grab more, and
McCrispy.
2 freezers in, I got trapped. I was in there for about 20 minutes and I was crying and having a panic attack because I couldn't get out.
That's
I was
not
gone
good.
until people noticed I wasn't back at the Fryer, and I tried banging on the door, but there was no panic or emergency button. If it wasn't for one of my coworkers, I would have died in the freezer. Everyone please
That
be
sucks.
careful when going into the freezers, and always have a device with you. I'm 17 and autistic, and I was all alone just waiting for someone to either find me or waiting for death. The
Damn.
freezer there was a death trap, and the only exit required a key, which I didn't have. On average, 60 people die a year from walk-in freezer incidents. This needs more awareness because it's the most terrifying thing I've ever went through. This is a horrifying story that gets under my skin because of just how mundane it was. I used to actually work in a grocery store with
understand
giant
that.
walk-in freezers, and this was something that was always in the back of my mind. It really helps in showing how these
Is that a
seemingly
cake?
impossible
Give that to
accidents
me.
can genuinely happen to anybody. This was the end of this kid's story, but we're not done at all talking about this yet. The comments section under this post quickly devolved into a series of endless debates about basically everything surrounding the story. The top comments are for the most part normal, asking real, relevant questions about the story, such as, "You can't open the door from the inside? That's poorly designed." Some people mentioned that this could even be against safety regulations depending on where you live, encouraging the OP to do some research about local laws.
Shouldn't they have the little
One of the other top
bar
comments
thing?
came from someone in Australia saying, "There's no bell? In Australia, walk-in fridges and freezers have a bell on the outside of the door that works from the inside. The occupational health and safety inspectors would make a huge deal out of a bell not working. They save lives." Under this thread, somebody
Well, that's a
replied
good idea.
saying, In the US, all walk-in coolers or freezers are required to be openable from the inside, even while locked. OP is either making up the story or didn't realize you can open the door with a slight push. Of course, someone rightly pointed out that just because these things are required doesn't mean that they actually are, especially in a random McDonald's. The OP even chimed in saying that they were not making this up, mentioning that there was a white plastic gear looking thing that said, "You're not locked in," but I couldn't get it open. This was so traumatizing for me, and my coworker saved my life. I have no
McDonald's
reason
is
to make
like,
this up.
we'll just use them to make the
Despite
burgers.
this, of course, the arguing did not stop. People argued whether the OP could realistically sue for something like this, and things quickly got personal. Many people were quick to accuse the poster of making their autism their entire personality just because they mentioned it one time in a post.
Of
People
course.
continued to claim that this entire story was fake based off of their personal experiences.
No, of
and
course.
people began arguing about whether you can call 911 without a signal or inside a walk-in freezer. This post and thread is not a mystery. It's more
So
of
I
a
don't ever talk
cautionary
about
tale than
anything.
I'm sure that the
on
OP
the internet,
never in a
ever.
million years expected to end up in that situation. But unfortunately, this post also shows you how you may be looked at for sharing something like this. Regardless of
Just keep
all of
your mouth
that,
shut.
I applaud the OP for sharing it and am disheartened by what the reaction was to it. As this comment puts it best, it doesn't matter what the post is, someone will find a way to tell
Yep,
you
exactly.
are wrong.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, is this the, hold on. Is it?
About 3 months ago, somebody posted this
No, it's
onto the
not.
RBI
Okay.
subreddit.
Never mind.
Terrifying film found at thrift store. The image can only be described as horrifying. I can't share the image itself here, but it shows
Come
a naked,
on.
bloody body laying at the corner of the room on the floor.
Oh, never mind. I don't
For
want
all
to see
intents and
that.
purposes, it looks like a real murder scene. With most of these types of posts, they end up being fake, but this did not at all look to be like one of those. Just a bit later, the OP came back with an update where things continued to feel more and more real. Hello everyone, sorry, I'm on my phone, so I'm leaving an update as a comment. Here's what I did. When I saw the photo, I was curious and pointed it into a contrast area to look at it, and my body jolted because I was shocked.
Ooh.
I didn't buy the Kodak carousel and just took the photo and went outside. I went to another store next door and called the non-emergency line describing what I saw and that I felt like it was a genuine photo. They told me they're sending an officer when available. She said she didn't have an ETA. The dispatch person told me if I can wait at the thrift store, and I said yes. I'm waiting in my car as of now. Soon after this, a second update came in, this time explaining the origins for how the OP found this film strip to begin with. The officer arrived a bit after I posted the update. Him and I looked at the photo, and basically he was just looking thoroughly and asked me where I found it, and I just described where I found it. Then him and I walked into the thrift store, and I showed him the exact box I found it in. He sent a photo of the
Where'd you
film to a
find it? And I
coworker
said I
and
found it
spoke
over
to
here,
him
so
on it.
where did he find it?
He then took down my information and told me that
There's a
he's
lot of-
going to take it to the people who can properly process the image to investigate it. I basically told him how I just thought the carousel was cool, so I opened it to see the condition, and I saw the photo and thought someone left a family photo, so I checked it and it was definitely not a family photo.
Yeah.
I also gave him the time I found it, a minute before I took the photo. He then said if there's any more questions or things, he'll reach out to me, but he says it's unlikely since I just found the photo and don't know much about it. He then said thanks, that's all he needed, and then took the box and photo and then began to walk to the thrift store worker to ask questions, but I left. That's all I have so far, and if I'm being honest, I don't know if I will be getting an update from them since I'm sure it's hard to go off a film photo, and since I just stumbled upon it from chance and have no other information other than what I said. If there's anything, I'll be sure to update.
Damn.
After this, there was a few more updates, but nothing too major. Most notably though, they showed what the box looked like that
Oh,
contained
cool.
the film strip to begin with,
Oh,
as well as a clearer photo of the film strip itself.
slides.
The clearer photo really illustrates the true seriousness of the situation at hand, as this poster says, "This doesn't seem fake. If it is, it's really well done. Years of watching true crime TV with uncensored photos have prepared me for this moment. Good on you for calling the cops." Somebody in this thread asked if the whole thing was just this one photo, where the OP replied, yes. They mentioned that in this photo it was placed in the middle, which was how they found it. Since it seems pretty clear that this photo is in fact real, the main question to ask is, how did this photo find itself in this box, and why was it in the thrift store? For that, there are a few theories that have been made. The most grounded of these theories are that this could have been misplaced evidence for an old closed case. The picture appears like it was probably
Hopefully.
from the 80s, and the carousel, upon researching it, seems to be from 1986. On top of that, the OP mentioned that the picture was sticky, which is a sign of aging, helping even more to place this photo's origin likely in the 1980s. As a result, people have speculated if the carousel itself could have actually belonged to law enforcement in the past. If this is our answer, it would definitely be more relieving than the other theories, but it would be painfully ironic. The thought of local law enforcement tracing this image back to themselves in their previous flawed cleanup of an old case would not be a good look. Somebody who had actually found misplaced police evidence before chimed in saying, "I found a police digital camera once back in maybe 2013 on the street near my friend's house. It had a sticker, property of location police department on it, but you know I had to look. It had pics of crime scenes and evidence, a dead person in a recliner, and photos of pills and prescription pads.
Nice.
Another was a run-over mailbox with skid marks in the grass and the license plate of whoever crashed into it. Then the rest of it was the police department doing shots." I returned it to the police department, and the guy who took it was very gruff and annoyed and asking, "Where did you get this?" as if I stole it, when clearly one of their team accidentally dropped it. The next theory takes things in the polar opposite direction. What if the killer themselves planted this photo there?
I was thinking that too.
One of the other more grounded theories is close to the police misplacing theory, but not the same. This theory mentions the likely possibility that this carousel belonged to someone who taught classes related to crime scenes, and that the photo was accidentally left in the box.
Okay.
The main comment for this theory mentions once finding something very similar from a house clearance of somebody who taught criminology classes. This is genuinely one of the craziest mysteries I've found in a while, with no answer at all. Could this have just been a horrifying accident, or something truly sinister? Could it have been something completely different that we didn't mention at all? Who knows? I'd like to think that our answer lies more in the camp that this was some sort of horrifying freak accident, but we don't have any proof in any direction. Hopefully someday we'll find our answer for good. I'll be keeping watch on this post if it has any more updates in the future. If it ever gets solved, we'll be sure to revisit it again. With that, we have made it to the final post of the night.
Oh, no.
And this could really be the most demented of them all. In the Snapchat help subreddit, a very confused poster says, "Snapchat texting me bear?" As you can see by the screenshot one day,
What the
Snapchat
hell?
Messenger just said bear.
Bear?
What does this mean? Bear. I don't know why, but this post made me laugh so much harder than it should have. I
Bear.
think it was just the bluntness of just the single word bear being repeated that got me.
What's up,
It's so
Snapchat? How's it
strange,
going?
yet also
Bear.
the type of thing that I could totally see happening to me and genuinely weirding me out. The replies also clearly saw how funny this was. Bear 5 is coming for you. The bear is rapidly
Bear 5.
approaching. Each message signifies another kilometer lost. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video,
That was
make sure
great.
to like the video and
Bear.
subscribe to see what we put out next. If you want to keep up with us in between videos, make sure to check out our official Instagram and Blue Sky account. They are both linked in the description below. Make sure to stop by our Discord too. It truly is the best place to chat with us and hang with fellow debunk enthusiasts. If you really love what we put out, make sure to check out our Patreon Debunk Plus. It's only $1 a month, and that $1 grants you full access to everything.
I
on
love
there.
that.
Supporters get
That
script
was so
PDFs,
good.
videos
Bear.
early, and other random stuff we decide to put up, and more. As always, my name is Sep from Debunk File. I'll see you guys next
Serving
time.
internet
Bye.
mysteries no one is. Did you watch that? We may have
Amy
already
Bell
watched
Hanna
this.
was 27 years old when she went missing. On the morning of April
Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Yes.
10th, 1952, she got up and went to work at her local Walgreens pharmacy in Syracuse, New York. She would
Yeah, we already
never
watched this.
come back.
Okay. 5 most disturbing 4chan threads.
Super 8 static. Just before midnight on the 4th of September 2022, a post went up on 4chan
Hey, it's my boy
talking
Killing
about
Scares.
a disturbing visual the
I like
OP's
him.
friends came across on TV. It read, "While talking with my friend, they sent a video of their TV, zooming in on a face surrounded by static.
Ooh.
They're residing in a Super 8 hotel with channels 1 through 68, yet they
Oh,
found an
I've seen
unnamed
this.
channel
This
73.
particular story.
The top right corner of the video says Plus TV, which appears to be a now defunct Finnish broadcasting service. There's no sound, and the TV manufacturer is Samsung. They found other channels with static and no sound, but no others have the face or Plus TV logo. Alongside this, the OP also shared a video of what their friend was seeing, and sure enough, it was exactly as they described. A few minutes later, they also uploaded a picture of the channel guide for the hotel their friend was staying at. It listed 68 channels, providing that the very existence of the 73rd channel was an anomaly in and of itself. Naturally, this thread went viral within hours, with hundreds of users trying to figure out the answer to the mystery. A mystery that only deepened further when the friend
and a voice came on the TV that just said, "Bear."
With the conversation. Hi, a friend of the OP here. If anyone actually has any idea what this could be, I'm curious to know. I'll be checking again in the morning to see if the channel's still there. It's 12 a.m. right now, and it's the same thing. I have literally no clue what this
12 a.m. and it's
I've
the
been
same
looking around
thing.
on Google for stuff, but nothing that looks like this. And
Looks
I can't
like a
think
broken
of a
channel, like the
About 10
signal's
hours
messed
later, they
up.
shared new pictures and a new video of the TV, the face still on it. Unfortunately, they had to leave the hotel at this point and couldn't monitor it any further, leaving 4chan users with almost
it
no
looks like
leads
it's
to work with. There were several theories that gained traction as the
frozen
conversation
signal.
went on. The first of which was that the OP staged the whole thing for attention on the internet. As one user mentioned, someone plugged their laptop into the HDMI port and is playing some video file they made. Guys, come on. Which is quite plausible. Analog horror videos of this kind are a dime a dozen on the internet. However, many were quick to defend OP. They pointed out how the TV would have displayed HDMI on the screen if they had switched to it after browsing the legitimate channels, how the static remained consistent across the different channels, and most importantly, that there were no signs of something like a laptop being plugged into the TV in any of the pictures or videos. Now, there's obviously still a possibility that the OP did a very good job of covering their tracks to make it seem as legit as possible, but unless the OP confessed themselves, there's no way to know for sure. That said, assuming that they were telling the truth, we still have a couple of plausible explanations of what might have happened. One of which revolves around the idea that the unsettling imagery on channel 73 was the result of a channel hijacking or hack. A user with extensive knowledge in the field of TV hacking actually came across this thread and left some valuable feedback, reading, "Hey OP, I think I know exactly what this is. So, back in the day when analog TVs were more common, there was a nefarious hobby for nerds called TV pirating. This is where you hijack an unused low-frequency channel from nearby and can broadcast whatever you want on it. I used to do it quite often in Topeka, both on TV and radio. Anyway, it's still common in some places, although harder to not get caught or be shut down automatically in a matter of seconds. So, what TV pirates do now is run a very low-quality test with static and a symbol in the center to broadcast a recognizable symbol and test if it works, while also being an inside joke to other TV pirates who they may know online or IRL. Put simply, someone else staying at the same Super 8 hotel likely hacked into their TV networking system and broadcasted this low-quality but still recognizable image for nothing but fun. This would also explain why there were more than 68 channels on the TV. Presumably, the hacker enabled them and then used one of them to conduct his experiment. Since if they interrupted one of the normal channels, there was a higher chance that someone from the hotel staff would find out sooner and shut them down. Even the OP's friend, who witnessed the disturbing imagery firsthand, agreed that this was the most likely explanation. However, the TV hacker theory is a bit far-fetched for some, which is where an even more grounded explanation from a Reddit user comes in, stating, "I noticed that logo in the corner, and I'm starting to think it's legit. Hotels have their own modulators for their TV systems so they can combine stations from multiple sources, satellite, OTA, internal, etc., and assign the channels as they see fit. Modern ATSC or IP-based systems are fairly expensive, so it's still common to see cheaper places holding on to their old analog infrastructure like what we see in the video. Anyone that's old enough to remember the days of analog knows that it isn't an all-or-nothing affair like modern digital.
We just saw this video on the last stream.
The signal will gradually fade into the snow as the signal weakens. So I'm thinking the motel used to have more channels available in the past. Someone probably left the cable hooked up to the input for channel 73 with the other end unterminated.
The dude's celebrating this switch to digital.
A poorly shielded cable. It's a weak signal being picked up by a crappy antenna in a system that wasn't meant to be used wirelessly, so not much picture is going to make it through. In this case, the face and the logo were the only parts bright enough to make it through. I bet if OP flipped through all the channels, they'd find one with the same logo in the corner. As for the origins of the creepy face, there are several theories on that as well. To some, it reminded them of the floating head imagery in the music video for Burning Down the House
Oh,
by
yeah.
a band called Talking Heads. One user also enhanced the otherwise low resolution, which to some made the face look like a portrait of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Unfortunately, no one was able to figure out exactly where
Thanos.
the original image came from.
Or Thanos,
The
or
4chan
however the hell
thread
they say his
stayed
name.
active for about 9 days. But when no
He's
one was
coming
able
for
to
the
find
Infinity
any
Gauntlet
concrete
in real
answers,
life
most
now.
users lost interest and moved on, leaving the mystery of the Super 8 static channel unsolved to this day. Something I've caught myself doing way more often
There's
than
General
I should
Zod.
is laying in bed at like midnight, scrolling on my phone,
Superman.
and suddenly I'm convinced that this
Son of
niche
Jor-El?
symptom I just started
Kneel before
experiencing
Zod?
is the result of some life-threatening disease leaving me only days to live.
What?
I will go down the full doom scroll spiral, forums, trust
No.
before I started, because in that moment there's nothing I can really do. That is where today's video spike
No.
from Zoctified 18 a Christmas present. On the 20th of December 2018, a post appeared on the B or random board of
the hell is
4chan with
this?
a vague statement from OP reading, "Be here in B 23/12/2018, GMT +1. You don't want to miss this." One user asked for more
Okay.
information, writing, "What am I in for?" To which the OP gave a rather ominous reply stating, "Let's just say it's my Christmas present for you." The OP went
Oh.
dark after posting this reply
How about,
and didn't make any other posts until
is there
3
cake
days later,
involved?
just as he promised. "Sorry guys, 2 beers left and I will go for it. It will ruin my life for years, so I need to get some courage." Initially, most users were either confused due to the OP's vagueness or sympathetic towards
It will
him, with one
ruin
person
my
writing,
life. How do you know
"Go for
that?
what? Don't ruin your life, bro. Do some good stuff for yourself." But after several people asking about his motives, he finally confessed that he was going to take the life of his own father,
Oh,
and
no.
that he was just waiting for him to fall asleep. As the OP continued to provide more details about his circumstances,
hell?
the tone of the thread shifted from users doubting him to many encouraging him to go through with his plans. "Don't give up halfway through, OP. Finish the job." One user even went as far as to write a whole guide on how the OP should execute his plan, stating, "You've got
How do
the
these
planet
people
better, Anon. You
exist
need to
on the
prime
internet?
suspect
I've
by
never
tomorrow and
encountered
be
shit like
caught within a week.
this.
Don't do yourself that way. If he's taken advantage of people the way you say he has, then there will be plenty of motive for many people to end him.
Like,
You have a
goddamn.
great opportunity for the police to say, well, this guy wronged so many people, it could be anyone. We have 126 prime suspects at the moment. Spend 2 months doing nothing but researching unsolved murders, then smash and burn your hard drive and throw it in a lake 100 miles away. Have an alibi. Be away. Have your story straightforward and never change it. Be prepared to be questioned, then get on with it." Maybe some of them still believed that the OP was just making up everything for attention. However, things took a very dark turn about an hour after the beginning of this thread, when the OP posted a picture of what looked like the entrance to a bedroom with the caption simply reading, "Wish me luck." About 30 minutes after that, the OP returned with one final picture, proving that he went through with his plan, stating, "OP here. I'm about to call the police for myself." Not long after that, the police in Austrad, Norway,
Oh my
received
God.
a call from the OP confessing to his crime. Though, because of Norway's strong privacy laws, the only information about the OP that became public was that he was in his 20s. Apart from that, the OP of this disturbing 4chan thread remains anonymous to this day.
Huh.
Grand Rapids Diner.
Oh.
On the 20th of August 2019, an anonymous person started a thread discussing some extremely unsettling activity he noticed at an abandoned building near his home. However, what sounded like nothing more
I
than a
remember this.
conspiracy creepypasta turned into a disturbing mystery involving shady shell companies, mysterious sightings, and the potential disappearance of 3 people who went looking for more
We've
evidence.
seen this in another
The
video.
post read, "You X-Files want to solve a real conspiracy? 1634 Coit, Grand Rapids, Michigan was once a popular restaurant called Isaac's that opened shop in the mid-1990s. After the owner Isaac died from lung cancer, his widow and son kept it running for a few years before ultimately closing down and selling the building in the early parts of 2014. A strange couple in their 40s purchased it shortly thereafter with the intention of turning it into a coffee shop. They painted the exterior, put a lamp in the middle of the building, taped garbage bags over the windows, and that's how it sat until present day. It was in the fall of 2015 when weird stuff started happening. It was not uncommon to see 2 or 3 SUVs pull into the
Weird
premises,
stuff.
bring in a group of young children, and then see the adults leave, but never catch sight of the children again. The reason I'm posting this is because I was just walking my dog past the building tonight when I saw a kid about 10 or 11 pull down a corner of one of the garbage bags taped over the window and proceeding to pound on the glass as if trying to get my attention. I pulled out my camera to get a pic, but right before the flash went off, he was seemingly pulled away by someone. I stood around for several more minutes, but the building seemed empty from that point forward. The police were called, showed up, flashed their lights in the window, and didn't see anything and just took off. No one is taking this seriously. I'm telling you, something nefarious is going on here.
This shot, seriously?
Put simply, the OP was implying that this abandoned building was the operating ground for a trafficking ring of sorts. Which does sound a bit out there at first, with some even accusing the OP of straight up making the whole thing up. That is, until people started looking into it. And what they discovered was concerning to say the least. For starters, users uncovered the fact that the property was owned by a company called Humanix LLC, which to some sounded a lot like a mix of words human and trafficking. The company's headquarters were publicly listed as a house just a 7-minute drive away from the abandoned diner. And visiting the place on Google Street View from 2019 shows an SUV and a van parked outside, just like the OP claimed in his post. At one point, the Street View car also captured a handful of children in the house's yard, which some used as evidence of something shady going on. However, from the looks of things, these children were just playing in the yard with no fence or supervision. So, if they were truly being trafficked, there was nothing stopping them from running away.
Oh my god.
But still, the evidence supporting OP's claims was
kids
continuing to pile up.
Being
Another strange thing
held
about
prisoner,
Humanix
and they're just
was that
like
it had a
playing
reported
around in the
yearly
yard.
revenue of over $92,000, despite no one being able to find any information on where this revenue came from. As for the listed owner of Humanix, that turned out to be an IT professional named Ray. However, he didn't list anything about
lives in
Humanix on his
Novi.
LinkedIn profile, which would make sense if he was truly using the company for illegal activities. Lastly, the photo OP uploaded with his original post also turned out to have a crucial piece of evidence. You see, in order to confirm the OP was actually the one who took this picture, other users made him post another picture with a timestamp. However, while the background of this new photo looks similar to the previous one at first glance, keen-eyed users noticed a shadow from behind the door was missing in the second photo, suggesting that there was someone hiding behind the door who later moved away. Likely the same person who in the OP's story pulled the child away from the window. These discoveries, combined with some users from that area backing up OP's claims, made 4chan users extremely curious about what was going on, with a few deciding to take matters into their own hands and visit the area themselves. One user drove to the location and managed to stream their visit. And while the stream itself has since been deleted, a screen grab from it survived. It showed the interior of the place, which was a total mess. There was nothing there to suggest that the property had been under renovation for years by that point. Another user also visited the diner and streamed everything on Twitch. However, this stream introduced even more questions than it answered. For starters, at one point during the stream, we could clearly see handprints on the window, exactly where the OP claimed the child was banging earlier. The person streaming this location also ended the stream in a very disturbing fashion, where he heard something in the darkness, went to check on it, and then went offline.
Okay, I thought I heard something back here.
Smart move.
Okay. Oh.
You got good brain for doing that.
It's been over 6 years since then, and this user has never streamed on Twitch again, almost as if he disappeared that night, which unfortunately seems to be a trend with this mystery. Both the OP and the person who streamed the interior first have also disappeared from the internet, and supposedly no one has heard anything from them ever since. So, what's going on here? Was this abandoned diner actually connected to a trafficking business?
The diner itself is killing people.
Seen, that's not out of the realm of possibility. The place even had a
It's
spacious
alive.
basement
Whoa.
with plenty of space for nefarious activities. One of the main arguments against this theory is that the building is surrounded by homes on all sides, so surely someone in the neighborhood might have reported some suspicious activity. However, something that goes against this assumption is the fact that the Grand Rapids area has 10 times the national average of people on the sex offender registry.
Goddamn.
So, if this business was actually what the OP insinuated, there would be no shortage of customers nearby.
That's insane.
Though, one part of the story that we haven't talked about yet is the second address linked to Humanix. It corresponds to a massive house about 20 minutes away from the shady diner. Looking up the residents of this home leads to a couple named Sam and Leah, who could be the couple the OP mentioned in his post. Something notable about Sam and Leah, however, is that they were the foster parents of up to 8 kids at the time, which explains the many kids of similar age playing in the yard of their other property. And given how rigorous the foster system is in the US, it would not be easy for them to traffic the children they adopted without anyone noticing.
No.
Now, a potential explanation for all of this is that the OP saw the couple in the area once with their foster children and made up the rest of the story for attention online. But while this explains some parts of the mystery, there are still many questions left
Why were
unanswered.
there handprints?
For instance, how was Humanix making so much money without providing any product or service? Why would Sam and Leah take their foster children to an under-renovation building in the first place? And why did the 3 people investigating this mystery completely disappear from the internet without a trace? Unfortunately, it's been over 6 years since the original post went up. The diner has since been sold to someone else, and no one has been able to find any concrete evidence of the trafficking theory ever since. Whatever the deal with this Grand Rapids diner was, whether nefarious or completely innocent, it will likely remain a mystery for the foreseeable future.
Oh.
Northwest warning. On the evening of September 30th, 2015, an ominous thread went up on 4chan from an anonymous user stating, "Some of you guys are alright. Don't go to school tomorrow if you are in the Northwest. Happening thread will be posted tomorrow morning. So long, space robots."
The hell?
The contents of this post, alongside the picture of Pepe the Frog holding a gun,
So long,
painted
space
a clear
monkeys.
picture of what the OP meant. Essentially,
Like
he
Fight
was
Club.
about to do something horrible the next morning, and this was his way of getting some online attention before that. Now, threats like these aren't exactly rare on 4chan, as most of them end up being nothing more than hoaxes. So, some users didn't take the post seriously at all, while others sarcastically told the OP that they would be watching the news in anticipation. The OP, however, stayed adamant about his plans and even replied stating, "We'll post again in the AM, 10-minute countdown. Won't say more, too much to prepare." This was a short-lived thread that quickly got lost in the endless supply of content on 4chan. However, what happened the next day left everyone who saw the thread in shock. On the morning of October 1st, a deadly shooting occurred at Umpqua Community College in Oregon, with the suspect being identified as 26-year-old Chris Harper Mercer. Chris was presumably the anonymous author of this post a day prior. The 4chan thread was quickly discovered and put under investigation by the authorities, and for good reason. The original post was one thing, but what made the connection even stronger was the conversation the OP had with another user. Most of that original thread has since been deleted, but according to the few surviving reports, one of the other users, thinking the OP was joking, actually gave advice on how to carry out the attack, with the OP thanking them for the tip. A day later, parts of the incident were exactly as this random user advised. However, despite this connection, nothing much came of this investigation for the next 8 or so years. That is, until the FBI released a document with a twist that no one saw coming. According to this heavily redacted document, the person who made the 4chan post had nothing to do with the incident. The FBI managed to track down the anonymous poster in less than 24 hours and conducted a thorough investigation into his life. The OP, let's call him John, was actually a young man from Florida who originally grew up in Michigan. Apparently, him making the thread about an upcoming incident the next day was nothing more than a massive coincidence. He had no knowledge of the attack beforehand and had no connection to Chris, the actual perpetrator. The odds of John randomly predicting such a specific event are astronomically low. No one would even believe this report if it wasn't directly from the FBI itself. And many people today don't even believe this, arguing that it's too much of a coincidence to not have been posted by Chris. Another possibility, something that the FBI report didn't mention, is that maybe Chris only came across this 4chan thread, which would explain why he used the same tactics described there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any evidence supporting or denying this theory.
Just one of those weird things, man.
Dubs decides. On August 30th, 2015, a user posted a time-stamped picture of the big toe of their right foot on the random board of 4chan alongside the caption, "Dubs decides what I do." Dubs, for those who don't know, refers to the last 2 digits of a post number being the same. You see, every post on 4chan is given a random identifying number, and there's no way to predict what it's going to be. So, the chances of the last 2 digits of this number being the same are quite low, but still within the realm of possibility. In other words, OP claimed that he would do whatever a reply with the matching last 2 digits said. This is a tactic often used by people who just want attention, without having to actually do the crazy thing they promised, hoping none of the replies are dubs. Even when a reply does get dubs, the posters rarely fulfill their promise. However, the OP of this particular post was of a completely different mindset, as when a reply without even dubs told him to chop off the toe, he obliged and posted a picture of his toe tightly wrapped with the caption reading, Cutting off circulation may take some time. A few minutes later, he posted a second photo of his foot on the edge of a bathtub with a hatchet and a bucket of ice in the picture as well. Even with all this buildup, however, no one actually expected the OP to go through it. Then, about 40 minutes later, the OP returned with a picture of his toe, severed to the bone and covered in blood. With this, the thread divulged into a string of typical 4chan-style reaction images from the community. As for the OP, he completely disappeared from the thread and didn't post any further updates. Now, it's possible he used the bucket of ice to preserve the severed part to hopefully get it reattached at the hospital. But even then, promising something this horrific and actually going through with it hinted at the possibility of the OP being deeply mentally ill. That's one of the only explanations for why anyone would willingly do such a thing. Now, I have seen some claims that the final image was a convincing Photoshop job or special effects. However, while I can't show the image on YouTube, the injury and the blood is way too realistic looking to be fake.
I don't want to see it
especially
anyway.
for 2015 standards.
Boo. I hate it. What is this? Stop. Jason in hell. Horrifying Reddit rabbit hole. Okay.
They Eat You From the Inside, a horror book written by myself,
Oh,
now
cool.
available on Amazon.com, $6.99 or $2.99 for the ebook. Two men traveling across the state break down in the middle of nowhere and are left at the mercy of a backwoods family who, as we will find out, have very sinister intentions for them. Link in the description below. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello?
Montgomery County 911, where's your emergency?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
Whoa.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
And what caused you to do this today?
My husband wanted a divorce and wanted to take my kid.
Jason Worley is having trouble with his marriage. His wife, Brandy, is becoming increasingly distant. Their 2 children, Tyler, age 7, and Charlie, age 3, are caught in the middle. Jason seeks relationship advice from the Reddit community, going under the username Jason in Hell. The account has since been deleted, but through the effort of various Redditors, most of Jason's original posts have been rediscovered. They tell the story of how Jason's life would forever change. In his first post about the subject, he writes, "I'm a 30-year-old male, having a hard time coping with my wife, 29 female, having cheated on me with our neighbor, 51 male." Jason then relays his troubles. So to go back to the beginning, I had just taken on a new project and new responsibilities at work. I was working a lot of hours, 60 plus a week, and was noticeably stressed. It was in May of 2015 that I noticed that she had added a password to her phone. When confronted about it, she told me that it was because she was planning my Father's Day present and didn't want me to ruin the surprise.
Oh, okay.
About a week later, she came to me and told me that she felt guilty keeping a big secret from me and told me that she was having our neighbor, a contractor, build a home office for me as my present. It struck me as odd, as in our 6 years together, she has never said that she felt guilty about anything and always insists that she never regrets anything in her life. Time goes on, her phone is still password protected, and things don't feel right. I see her using her phone and smiling to herself more and more often.
Oh boy.
But when I ask her what she is doing, she says nothing and puts her phone away. So one morning, I wait for her to get in the shower and I grab her phone before it requires the password. I go through her messages and find that she is texting the neighbor, "I am all covered in frosting. You want to lick it off?"
Oh, that's messed up.
There were no other messages to the neighbor, but I found out later that it was because she had set up her phone to delete messages after a certain amount of time. I felt uncomfortable with it, but I knew that she had a perverted sense of humor, and I thought that she would never do anything to hurt me.
Ugh.
More time goes by, and the neighbor is spending more and more time at our house, but the office is being completed slower and slower. I can't help but worry that something isn't right, so I start checking her location using Google Timeline. It was at this point that I realized that there are large gaps in her GPS history.
Of course.
Because she was turning off her phone's GPS. Fast forward to July, and at this point the paranoia is driving me nuts, so I tell her that I need to install new antivirus on her phone.
Nice.
While she has it unlocked for me, I install anti-theft software so that I can remotely turn the GPS back on and set up AT&T message backup and restore so I can read all of her text messages from that point on my computer.
Nice. Good job.
The next day, my mother asks to spend time with my 2 kids, so my wife drops them off with her and has the day to herself. I watch my wife's activity from work as she spends the day trying to meet up with the neighbor, but is unsuccessful because he is busy with another job site.
Oh my God.
That night, we get the kids back from my mom's house and we go out to dinner with the neighbor, his girlfriend, and his son. My wife and his girlfriend are having a good time drinking, laughing, and just joking around. His girlfriend mentions that she would like to go see Magic Mike XXL. I say it's a good idea and that I'll watch the kids so that my wife and her can go. So my wife and her go, and the neighbor and I go back to the house so that the kids can play video games together. The kids are back in my son's room playing games, and the neighbor is sitting across from me on the other couch. It is at this point that my wife starts texting him. She is describing sex acts she would like to perform with him, and he is reciprocating.
Gross.
She tells him to check his Snapchat, and at the same time, I get a Snapchat from her too, and it's her fingering herself in a bathroom stall.
Ew.
They keep talking, trying to figure out where they can meet up and have sex. They decide on Monday morning after I go to work. So in my head, I already plan to pretend to leave and then circle back to catch them. But then they tell each other that they love each other, and it is all I can do to not leap off the couch and knock him out.
Wow.
But I contain myself and continue reading the conversation unfolding in front of me. Then he tells her, "You're my girl now," to which she replies, "Always have been," ending with him writing, "and always will be." My wife and the neighbor's girlfriend return from the movie, and I ask them politely to sit down. I then ask the kids to stay in my son's room and shut the door. I return to the living room to confront my wife and the neighbor. I say, "So you two love each other, huh?" My wife goes into full-blown denial mode, and the neighbor's girlfriend starts smacking him. I ask my wife if she's been texting him, and she says no. So I show her the text messages. She admits to it, but says it was the first time it had gone that far. I ask my wife if she has sent him pictures. She says no. So I show her the picture. She admits it, but says it was the first time. I ask her if she is having sex with him, and she says no. Because I didn't wait to catch them having sex together, I didn't have evidence to prove her wrong, so that one stayed unresolved. I tell her that I'm leaving her, and she tells me that she will make sure I never see my kids again if I do. She planned on using the fact that I attempted suicide in high school to prove me unfit to have the children. She continues to say that it was my fault for being so busy with work and stressed out, and that she just wanted someone to talk to. Then she gives me an ultimatum to decide what I'm going to do, or she will decide for me. The neighbor's girlfriend starts defending the two of them, saying that it couldn't have been that serious if they weren't having sex, and that my wife and I are too perfect together to let this break us up.
Oh, shut up.
The neighbors go home, and my wife and I argue for the rest of the night about what we're going to do. We go to bed separately, having not resolved anything. We keep going back and forth on the subject all weekend and finally settle on how we are going to separate temporarily while we figure out what we want. I was going to stay in the house, and she was going to take the kids and go to her mom's house. That Monday I go to work, and I get a text from her in the middle of a meeting with my bosses stating that she had explained things to our kids, but they were upset and I need to explain it to them also.
Why?
I get home from work to find my kids crying. She had told them that mommy had to move out because dad was mad at her. When my son wanted to stay with me, she told him that he can't. My son put it together that if mommy has to move out because I'm mad at her and he must move out, then I must have been mad at him too.
Oh my
My
God.
daughter was crying because my son was. I don't think she was old enough to understand what was happening. It was at that moment that I realized that she was going to drag the kids through hell if I left her, so I swallowed my feelings and begged her to stay. She agreed and insisted that I apologize to our neighbor, since we are still going to need to hang out with them because our sons are good friends. I hate it, but I do it anyway. We still hang out with them from time to time, and they come to our various birthday parties and holiday parties, but I do anything for my kids, and I behave civilly every time. Things die down for a while. I still think about it constantly. I worry how I can keep from making her so unhappy that she cheats on me again. Then, almost a year after the original incident, around Father's Day again, she sent me pictures. She claims it was an accident,
Of
that
course.
she meant to send them to me instead. I don't fully believe her, but I move on anyway. Things have been quiet on the front for about 4 months now, but I still think about it constantly. This is going to sound stupid, but I feel like I have a part of my brain that I can't shut off, that's always thinking. I used to use that to solve programming problems, and it made me very good at my job. But ever since this incident, the only thing it thinks about is her and him and if I did the right thing. My job performance has suffered, and I feel like I haven't gotten sleep in months. I'm afraid that after this much time, and the fact that I begged her back, and to say that I want a divorce now would only make her more vindictive towards my children and I just feel like I have put myself so deep in a hole that I can never get back out. I haven't really talked to anyone about this. I don't want to talk to my mom about it because I felt she would treat my wife differently, and I didn't need the two fighting any more than they already do. I tried talking to my one friend about it, but his advice was to put my trust in God, but that was not much solace for me, and I'm an atheist.
Nice.
So I have no clue what to do with my feelings or how to move on from this. Redditors at this point
Put your
gave
trust in
Jason
God.
the
I don't
advice to
believe in him.
divorce
Uh-oh.
her. He seems to have taken their advice as shown in his next post. Instead of trying to fix something she doesn't want to fix, she has refused counseling several times in the past before this even happened. I am going to get myself and my kids out. I meet with an attorney next week. Thank you everyone for helping me see how far I had my head up my ass.
There you go.
This would be the final post made from user/Jason in Hell. That afternoon, Jason returned from work and the family went to Charlie's dance practice. After dinner at home, Brandy went to Walmart, telling her husband that she needed pipe cleaners for a school project that Tyler was working on. Instead of pipe cleaners, she bought a knife.
Oh, God.
When she returned home, she hid the knife in Tyler's bedroom before going into the living room, where she and her husband played with their children together before Jason put them to bed for the last time. Early the following morning, Brandy woke Tyler up for a sleepover in his little sister's room. In Charlie's bedroom, she straddled her son and stabbed him repeatedly.
Ugh.
Charlie awoke at one point during this and asked her mother what she was doing. When Brandy told her nothing, Charlie went back to sleep. Once Tyler was dead, Brandy then stabbed Charlie to death. Their autopsies showed that both children were stabbed multiple times.
What an evil piece of
Brandy
shit.
then stabbed herself in the neck, but survived. It was at this point that she made this 911 call.
Montgomery County 911, where's your emergency?
203 South Madison Street,
In what town?
Darlington.
Hey, what's going on there?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name?
Brandy Worley.
Brandy what?
Worley.
Okay. How do you spell your last name?
Worley.
And where are the children at?
In my daughter's room. On the floor.
In your daughter's room on the floor? Okay. What's your phone number, Brandy? And what caused you to do this today?
My husband wanted a divorce and wanted to take my kid. I won't let him have my kid.
Okay, and how old are your children?
7 and 3.
10 and 3?
7.
7 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where did you stab yourself at?
In the neck.
Okay, are you bleeding?
Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
Okay, and where are you at?
In my living room.
You're in your living room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and are you armed now with the knife still?
No, it's in my children's room.
Hello? Okay, where's your husband at?
My God.
Downstairs somewhere.
Okay, what's his condition?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
And when you say downstairs, is he in a basement or?
Yeah.
Okay, what's his name?
Jason.
Is what?
Jason.
Nathan?
Jason.
Jason? Jason Morley?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any other weapons with you?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay. And what are you feeling right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're tired? Are you, where?
Yeah. I took a lot of Benadryl.
You took a lot of Benadryl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Is the front door unlocked?
Make sure those allergies don't act up.
You know, you just use the back door?
Yeah. Side. It's on the side. It's unlocked.
Okay. And is there anyone else in the residence besides your children and you and your husband?
I called my mom.
You called your mom? What did she say?
I know Benadryl is used as a sedative.
To hang up and call 911. And she'd be here in a second.
Jesus Christ.
At the time of the killing, Jason was asleep in the basement. He had claimed that his wife had suggested that he sleep on the sofa instead of the air mattress, which was in the basement. He would later say, "I just can't help but wonder that if I had slept on the couch like she had suggested, instead of the air mattress, then maybe I would have saved my children, or at the very least, died with them. A father has one job in this world, to protect his children."
Yeah, I think she was going to kill him too.
Failed to do that. Following her arrest, Brandy's individual sentences were 55 years for her son's murder and 65 years for killing her young daughter.
Well, there you go.
Sentences are run consecutively, or one after the other. Jason, though he deleted his Jason in Hell account, did address the aftermath on Reddit through a new account. Here's what he wrote. "I guess the first question to answer is, how am I doing? And to that I would say I'm doing well. I have bad days, but I would think that is to be expected. It is just important that I, or anyone going through something, continue to use the support of friends and family as well as good coping skills to not let myself be completely defeated by those bad days. I won't lie, I struggle to get back to where I am. For some time, I refused to sleep because of a combination of fear of what I would wake up to and nightmares about that night. For a time, I used alcohol to sleep, but my family loved me enough to take it from me before it became a damaging and permanent habit. I was hospitalized because I did have thoughts about ending my life because I miss my children so much. From that, I learned that you should never be ashamed of your mental health, and not seeking treatment will only make it worse, not better. We all have heard it, but if you or a loved one is struggling to seek immediate assistance, your life is too important to throw away in a moment of weakness. By putting off treatment, I only caused everything else in my life to suffer. I lost my job and became reclusive to the house. But don't worry, I have been back to work since December, and I have nearly regained my former position and salary, so I am good and require no assistance.
Well, that's good.
The second question would be, how do I feel about the sentencing? That is something that is harder to answer, because no matter what the sentence is, nothing will bring back my beloved children. Do I think that she should have gotten the death penalty, which Indiana has? No, I do not. She wanted to die, and after 9 years of giving her what she wanted when she wanted it, I was not going to give her another thing.
Damn.
Do I think the life sentence will have any appreciable effect on her? I don't know. One thing she always stressed for the entire time that I knew her was that she lived her life without any regrets. Even after I caught her cheating on me, she continued to say she had no regrets. As for the ex-in-laws, they continue to be a problem to this
What an
day.
asshole.
Shortly after everything happened, they changed the locks on the home I was renting from them with my property still inside.
Wow.
After trying to civilly negotiate the return of the property, it was required that I involve law enforcement. That is an ongoing legal battle. A member of the family accused me of stealing property I had purchased from them prior to the death of the children and threatened to take action against me unless I paid double of what I had already paid them. I alerted the authorities, and as far as I know, that is resolved. They continue to make visiting my children's grave difficult. During the 1-year anniversary, they sat in their truck and just watched me the whole time that I was visiting the grave. Because of that, I don't visit the grave as often as I would like to. If I can impart on you something I have learned through all of this, it's that you should always take time to be with the ones you love. It doesn't matter if they are asking you to read the Pokey Little Puppy for the millionth time or asking you to play Smash Bros even though you both know that you will wipe the floor with them every time. Just do it because you never know what will be the last time. Always make sure they know how much you love them. I had the fortune that the last thing my children ever heard me say was, "I love you. Good night. I will see you in the morning."
Damn. Okay. Wow, that's all of the videos. Holy shit, look at that. Gotta put some more in there. Okay. All right, that's going to do it for this stream, the cool Funtime Hangout 7. It wasn't really a fun time, that last video, though. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Cody. Thank you to people who were checking the stream out and everything. Really appreciate that. And Wednesday, I think I may start a playthrough of something. So we'll see what that is. But yeah. Oh yeah, I got Cherry Falls. This movie. Yeah. Notorious for being submitted to the MPAA multiple times to get an R rating. And the uncut version being basically lost media. So yeah. Until Wednesday, I will see you later.